Joining us on the show now is the Baameko of Ibadanland and Chairman CEO of Erudite Group of Schools, Chief Saheed Oladele. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, we saw online that a very, very important Canada-based Nigerian researcher and critic, Dr. Olatunji, had mentioned that you're one of the most honored member of Ibadan, person from Ibadan, and he said that you are an Ibadan indigene whose time has been a man of integrity and diligence. You're the most honored. You've been a man of integrity and intelligence. That was quite an impressive statement from somebody like Dr. Olatunji from California to say that. How did that make you feel? And could you please expand a bit on those things he said about you?
Okay, thank you very much. I was also surprised to see that online on the 31st of December 2024, when he came online to say Saheed Oladele is one of the most honored indigenes of Ibadan of all time. That was kind of heavy. And he also said that diligence and integrity pay. So having such a statement from a researcher and critic actually was not a small thing to me. I was really, really glad, and I felt really, really honored by the statement. I think to start with, talking about each of the three important expressions there, one of the most honored Ibadan indigenes of all time. In 2023, when my school set a world record in Cambridge A-level as the only school throughout the whole world, May, June 2023, Cambridge A-level, as the only school throughout the whole world that recorded 100% passes in Cambridge A-level within the world's shortest preparatory time. So, you know, Cambridge A-level standard preparatory time is 2 years, but in Nigeria, it's done for 10 months or 1 year, and in some places 2 years. But in our school, I said, oh, what's there? Let's do it within 4 months and 6 months. And we did it, and we recorded 100% passes. None of the students failed a single subject. Wow. That attracted the attention of the media, and the big people in Ibadan got to know, and that was how I got invited. And the Olubadan said he was going to give me a chieftaincy title. I didn't know something big was coming until they pronounced me at the first Baameko of Ibadanland. And after that brought me to the limelight, the Central Council of Ibadan Indigenes, which happens to be the umbrella body of all Ibadan indigenes worldwide, clubs and associations. They also came to confer this thing on me, Grand Ambassador of Ibadan Culture, GAIC. Then after that, I won an African Transparency Honor Award. I won Nelson Mandela Leadership Award of Excellence and Integrity. All these awards kept coming until within a period of 3 months, I got 11 different awards. Wow. And just last week, I received 4 awards within 8 days. Within the space of 8 days, I received 4 awards. And that was what led Dr. Adetunji into saying what he said. And one of the organizations that gave me the award is NUJ, Nigerian Union of Journalists. Wow. You understand? So these are not small awards. And I think that was what led him into saying this guy is one of the most honored Ibadan indigenes of all time. I feel honored and humbled at the same time with that expression. Now, talking about the integrity he mentioned, yes, everybody knows that, and people keep talking about my integrity. To God be the glory. In 2002, when I worked with the organization I ever worked with, so people used to call me Mr. No Bribe, Mr. No Bribe. And 3 years ago, when some of them saw me, they said, are you still the same? Are you still the same? The way you used to be about 20 years ago, I said, till eternity now. I said, till eternity. And they were very, very impressed. And in 2023, December, I won Ganifa Wehimi Outstanding Integrity Award. So after I went back to most Soro booksellers at Jericho in Ibadan to refund 118,000 naira that bounced to my account after second or third day. They were very glad. They took pictures with me, and that got to the media again. And people began to say, this is the kind of person that we need at the ends of affairs in this country.
Okay,
So my integrity is proven. So no doubt about it. I'm talking about my diligence. I've always been a diligent person. I became financially independent as a teenager. You can think about it. So I became financially independent as a teenager, maybe because my parents were not rich, so I had to think out of the box.
Yeah.
We see
And,
we see it.
and 3 years before I gained admission to the University of Ibadan, I told my friends that no matter the university, no matter the course, I was sure of making a first class. And after I finished with the first class, it became a point of reference among my friends that this guy said he would make a first class.
And he made it.
Okay,
And
let's
he
get a
made the
few more
first
questions
class.
for you.
So
Because of
that's...
time. Let's get a few more questions for you because of time.
Okay, you don't want me to
I want
give
to,
you
I
another
want to, I
example?
want to
Tito?
guess.
Okay, let me stop.
Okay, so you know,
I like
in a
that
time
community.
when, where integrity is even seen as people don't even appreciate integrity so much, it's good to have a young person who has proven that integrity is important and who is also recognized for it, you know. So how do you see, you know, the youth of today and the role that they should play in politics?
Well, I want to say that the best thing that can happen to Nigeria or any country is to give the youth a chance because they possess the vigor, they possess the energy with which they can drive development in any country. You can imagine the president of France, how old is he? So I want to just say that if we allow youths to also get more functional within our system, the system is going to change. Yes, people can say, but we have tested some youths and they have failed. Yes, my answer to that is that the kind of youths you give chance will determine the kind of results that you will get. You understand?
Yes.
When a youth in his previous organization that embezzled funds in his previous organization, so went to his state, settled the elders, and became governor. So if eventually that youth embezzled further, so who do we blame? Or a governor that gave his state a very vibrant young person as a youth commissioner and did very well. And during the second tenure of that governor, he zoned it to another community, and the community gave the governor somebody that could hardly speak English. You can imagine, do we blame the governor? Do we blame the young person? Do we blame the community? There are a lot of intrigues when it comes to youth performances. But I strongly believe that the best to happen to this country is to give youths a chance.
So, may I have your gist? I know that prominent or your people have been coming to you to run for an office in the 2027 elections that we are expecting. I also have your gist that you were tagging along, saying no for a while before you recently accepted to run. You know, and based on what I see of you when you come on the show and the quality of your person, you know, excited that your people have been coming to you. I just want to ask, you know, what did they see in you as a person, you know, that they keep choosing you over?
Well, thank you very much. You know, you don't see yourself. People see you more than what you can think of. So when the calls came in from unexpected quarters, I was very, very surprised. You know, when somebody who is older than your father is telling you that is a young person like you that they want at the ends of affairs, you begin to wonder, what about the other people? So what I can say is that these people looked at my antecedents. You also spoke about integrity, so we spoke about diligence. What else do you think they will be looking for in somebody to steer the course of their state? You understand? So basically what I can say is that beyond my integrity, beyond my diligence, beyond my competence, I also have a principle of fairness. Wherever you put me, I am fair to all, irrespective of your region or your religion. In fact, those two words that I mentioned, they are the key tools that politicians use today. So some people, for their selfish interest, they will be claiming to promote the interest of their region while they are fighting for themselves. You understand? I was recently asked a question by some kings of a particular region. If there is a matter between our region and your city, Ibadan, where will you stand? I said I will stand on the path of justice. And they were very impressed with my response. And also on the issue of religion, that some people, today, politicians that do not belong to a particular religion, they will go and borrow names of people in that religion just to deceive people into supporting them. And they are so far from that kind of community. You understand? So in my own case, I believe that this should not be tools to be used by politicians. We should focus on integrity. We should focus on competence. We should focus on things that will make
Good
differences.
policies, yeah.
Like now, as a Muslim, so if you are fair to people, people will definitely love you without looking at your religion. I'm running a school. My Christian staff members came to me that they want a space to be having their fellowship. And I granted it. And up to today, our Christian students, they're having their fellowship. Some of our
Religious
pastor
tolerance.
parents, they come over to worship with them. Sure, you understand? So if you are fair to people, if you are nice to people, definitely, people will support you without looking at any sentiment of religion or religion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So going by your activities online, it's
Yeah.
very obvious that you are pro-APC.
I'm
Nah.
sure I'm a card-carrying member of
Exactly.
APC.
So what gives you the assurance that Mr. President would prefer you to be a well-known politician?
Well, that Mr. President will prefer me to well-known politicians. I don't have any doubt in that because Mr. President himself is a believer in youths.
Okay.
He's a lover of youths. This is somebody that became a senator at the age of 40, that became a governor at the age of 47. So I strongly believe that Mr. President would support a youth with proven integrity, especially a first-class product from Nigeria's premier university. First and best. Sorry, for those who didn't attend UI.
Yes,
Not your
sir.
fault. It's not your
So,
fault.
so Mr. President would prefer a youth that has a high dosage of humility and at the same time, a youngest chief of the largest city in West Africa. How can Mr. President trade off such a person for another person?
I
Yeah,
thought,
will
it was
you
the,
add
I thought it was
diligence?
the people that choose, not the president. The
Yeah.
Nigerian people that
No.
choose.
No,
No,
Mr.
ask the
President
question.
and
It's
the
intra-party
people.
matter,
Yeah.
policy.
So
Just
the
checking.
party
Party
leaders,
level.
they have
Okay,
a say
just
on
checking.
who become, but not just the party leaders. Mr. President
Would have to
too has his
endorse.
own influence, has his own endorsement to also
the prime
make.
minister.
So being a youth, my academic background, being a chief, a young chief, everything is just working for me. And I believe that Mr. President, by virtue of his integrity, cannot say a no to me.
Nima.
Okay, so what has been your biggest disappointment since you embarked on this journey? Because it cannot be that Nigerians did not do something.
Well, you know, Nigeria is a very funny place. One day somebody said, sorry, this thing that they asked you to do, you that you don't have 10 billion naira, you better go and sit down. And I was sad that our politics has been unduly monetized. This is the same set of people that will come later to say that politicians they are just deceiving them. They are not delivering on their promises. Okay. Now, unfortunately, when you feel that somebody must have 10 billion, let us even assume that you don't have the 10 billion naira. Why must it be a big deal? There are a lot of Nigerians out there who are looking for people like me to support. Yeah. You understand? But this same set of people that are suffering, that people are thinking of bailing out, they are the ones still asking politicians, candidates or aspirants for money. Now, by the time these people are running for election, they will do everything possible to get their support. Okay. So when they get the support, when they are running for the office, you will hear that today they have built a church, they have built a mosque, they have sent people to Jerusalem, sent people to Mecca. Yeah. So everything they are doing, they know that they are not true to themselves. But so they want to do it to have their way.
The obvious questions Nigerians are asking, like, what exactly would you like to run for? Because you're a young person, obviously, you want to run for office. What's your desire?
Do you know people called me to come and be governor of my state, okay. But me, I cannot tell you that I want to run because the electoral law does not permit anybody to talk about this right now. Okay. You understand? But what people in my state called me for, as she said earlier, was come on board, we need a young person to handle the affairs of the state.
Okay. So this 10 billion naira we don't have, you know, politics in Nigeria is expensive.
Yes.
That's the honest truth. So you don't have to have it in your account. You can have it in resources, in people. Do you have people around you who would back you, put their money or where their mouth is supporting you?
Well, I do not have any doubts that there are many good Nigerians who have been looking for people that they can truly trust, you know. So I don't have any problem that by the time we need the 10 billion, we get more than the 10 billion naira. You know, the Yorubas will say, so you understand?
Okay. So one of the things I like about this show is that we're very real, but true, and I know that you are obviously a young person, diligent, the man of integrity. You're well honored. You have good experience. you have a good track record.
Yes.
So no doubt we understand your desire to get into office because that's the idea. We want young people to get involved.
Yeah.
But can you paint us a vision? What do you see as a leader, as a potential leader? What do you think? What do you feel? Where do you think you can take your state to, or in any capacity? It doesn't have to be. It could be any. You could be as a senator, you could be a local government chairman, you could be whatever it is. As a young leader, what kind of vision do you see for anywhere you may occupy in future that you can want to take your people to?
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, what our people see as development is not development in the 21st century. So these days, if you hear this politician, they will say, "Oh, I've put solar, I've erected solar power here and there." Development has gone beyond that level.
Okay.
Many public schools, they are still writing questions on blackboard, exam questions, not normal classwork. So they're still writing exam questions on blackboard when their mates, their peers are already making things happen using the knowledge of deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence, building robots. You understand? To make our world better. We are very far behind. Our politicians need to learn that one day our people will wake up and it will be a big challenge to them because what they are throwing to our people are the crumbs, not what our people deserve. And people that also feel that they cannot give their support until they collect money. So once you collect money from a politician, please know that you have lost your right to complain when the politician gets to office and start misbehaving. Thank you.
Okay, we have to wish you the best. Don't have much time, but thank you very much. Wish you the best in all that you do. And we hope that whenever you are ready, let us know. I will give you the best of what we can.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Thank you very much.
That is all we can take on today's show. Hope you join us tomorrow for another exciting edition. See you then. Bye for now.
Hope you enjoyed our news.